Hey, howdy, hey, how is everybody doing? And welcome back to Disney Daily. So today I have another reaction video for you guys, and it is to the, I guess, new ride, Snow White's Enchanted Wish. Now, as I woke up this morning, I was scrolling through Instagram and I found out that at my home park, the Disneyland Resort, they are actually going to be changing Snow White's Scary Adventure ride to Snow White's Enchanted Wish. So they basically renamed it, and then they're changing some aspects of the ride inside. So I'm gonna watch the behind the scenes, and then after the clip, I'll give you guys my initial thoughts and opinions and whether or not I thought this change is a good thing or a bad thing. So let's get to the clip.
We're here today in Snow White's Enchanted Wish attraction, where we've made some major changes. What's so special about this attraction is actually Walt Disney's first major animated picture, as well as one of the original attractions in Fantasyland the day that Disneyland opened.
One of the originals.
We had a complete remodel of Fantasyland in the early 80s. At that time, they changed the name from Snow White's Adventures to Snow White's Scary Adventures, but it still told very much the same story, which was a scary story.
We're finally giving
Very
Snow White
scary.
the happily ever after that she deserves. We are putting the finishing touches on the attraction. The star of the show is Snow White, so we thought it would be really important to introduce her early on.
So cool.
So we have a new dancing Snow White character that actually now dances with Dopey, and the interaction between them as you move through the cottage is really kind of almost cinematic. We had a chance to really throw in a lot of spectacular magic in one scene in particular, and that is the dwarves' mine, where there are beautiful jewels everywhere, and you can see the dwarves actually at work in the mine. Of course, Dopey is kind of the rascal of the dwarves, and he's somehow gotten into the mine
Dopey's
cart
the
full of
coolest.
jewels and stuck a couple of them in his eyes.
Hi-ho, it's off to work we go.
We took the opportunity this time to repaint all of the exterior in warmer pinks and gold colors and maybe a cheerier blue, and made it feel happier. We are positive that the guests are going to be absolutely blown away by this dazzling new attraction and such a beautiful, sweet storyline.
That's exciting. Okay, so I personally really am excited about this new revamped look to this ride, but I understand why people are not so excited. Now, this is one of the OG rides, so I understand that when it comes to something that's already existed in the park, people don't want to see it change, and I get that to a certain extent, but at the same time, hear me out on this. Don't get me wrong, I personally really like this ride as Snow White's Scary Adventures. I'm a huge horror chick. I love scary things. Halloween is my favorite time of the year, so I'm all about things that go bump in the night and spooky stuff. So this ride, perfect for somebody like me. But what we have to keep in mind is that this ride isn't specifically supposed to cater to older adults and children that enjoy spooky stuff. And hear me out on this. If this ride was located somewhere else in the park, I would say don't change it. But this ride is located in Fantasyland. And for those of you who don't know, Fantasyland is known for being like the kiddie area where the young ones can go and ride some rides, because all of the other rides, you know, have a height requirement and they can't fit that height requirement. So unfortunately they get turned away from these rides. So this is the one area where kids can kind of go with their parents and really experience, you know, Disneyland. And so segueing into why I think this is a good thing, it's about the children at the end of the day. Like, don't get me wrong, Disney adults, yes, I'm all for it. I'm a Disney adult myself. I love Disney. But at the same time, since it's in an area that is specifically catered to little kids, and given the fact that the original ride is really scary. For those of you who have gone on it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This ride, I mean, there's not a lot of happy moments. It's pretty scary. So I think in order to let kids have a more fun time and really enjoy themselves, I think it's great that they're making it into a more lighthearted and happy ride. You know, because at the end of the day too, when I remember riding it and thinking, you know, Snow White's not really being shown, you know, and that's another problem. The whole entire movie is based on Snow White, but we only see her, I think, once or twice in the whole entire ride. So I love that they're incorporating her more and they're making it more happy. This is kind of cool for Snow White too, because a lot of kids aren't familiar with Snow White. They didn't grow up with Snow White. And I think by, you know, kind of making this ride a little bit more softer, a little bit more happier, more welcoming and inviting, I think more children are going to be more inclined to be excited about Snow White and maybe watch the movie and have a better association. Because right now it is, it is quite the terrifying ride for a little child. So we have to keep in mind, you know, which group are we trying to cater to in this specific area? And I think in this specific area, it's all about the kids and the little kids. Not to mention, right next door is Pinocchio's, it's either Pinocchio's Daring Adventure or Pinocchio's Daring Journey. That ride is also quite terrifying. So, you know, you have a lot of rides within this area that are just specifically for kind of little kids. And, you know, you got 2 of them already that are pretty scary. So it limits the amount of rides that, you know, families can go on and ensure that their kid is going to end up happy at the end of it. So that's my personal opinion. I think that this is a really great thing. Not only changing the name, but also softening up the look of the building. You know, the lady at the end talked about using different colors to kind of tell this different story, and adding little things throughout the ride like the dancing Snow White, I think will get kids super excited and happy, and they'll really feel like they're at Disneyland, and they'll come out with a smile on their face, rather than maybe crying or, you know, being upset or you know, being angry. All the different emotions that I feel like probably occurred with the old style of the ride. So I think this can be a really good thing. And I know some people are gonna feel differently, and that's okay. I actually really encourage you guys to leave your own opinion in the comments, and we can have a healthy conversation about whether we think it should have been changed or not, or what changes you would have made that maybe you didn't see in this particular clip. As always, thanks for being my guest here at Disney Daily, and I will catch you all in the next one.